Well, welcome to the heart of Emma Peel 2. Investigate what happened to the steering yesterday. She's got the old type chain and universal. Very normally, well, this is my own fault due to lack of maintenance, I suppose. I've been wanting to get to this. But generally, very easy to get to the steering, very strong. We've got a chain right down to those cogs, and that cog's attached to a large steering rod that goes right through to the quadrant through universal joints. And that goes up to, where are we? That goes up to the wheel up there through the binnacle up there. So that section to the wheel's okay. What's happening up here? I see what's happened. That motor there, that DC motor there, that's the actual auto motor for the autopilot. So what's happened is that large cog or sprocket, and the chain has jumped off right here on the motor and it's jammed between the sprocket and the motor housing. So that is due to lack of maintenance on my part. So there you go. So what I'm going to do is make up an adjustment bracket with a bolt so that you can screw the bolt in and out and it adjusts that motor when needed. Okay, I'm going to need some tools. We'll get that chain off and we'll take it from there.
Yep, I can get there.
Yep, okay. Just move this around a bit more. Clunk. You heard yesterday as we were coming into the mooring, the chain here, this is the motor for the autopilot, has jumped off the sprocket. You can see the teeth there. Now that's not mechanical error, purely human error. I've been wanting to adjust this for a while now and obviously left it too late. As you saw, we did have an adjustment cable here to keep the tension on that motor. There are two bolts here, hinged to that large bracket. But you can tighten these up and then adjust the motor accordingly up and down. But what I'd like to do is make up another bracket, attach to these two bolts, drop them, and somehow, well, that's what I can do. One of these bolts here, or these two, can come through and use them as an adjusting screw on these solid brackets here that come through. And that way it'll go up and down like that and adjust it accordingly when we have to. That's a good idea. I'll take you through the process later. So the intention now, as you can see, the chain is stuck between the sprocket and the housing of the motor. So I've loosened it all up. It goes up, but the chain is still stuck. Like I said, purely human error or negligence.
Oh, that's not like you.
Eh?
That's not like you.
No,
You're the
it's
only
not,
thing you
but
haven't done.
I've been wanting to do this for a while. I just haven't done it, and this is what happens. And this is what happens. Oh, that is tight in there. Hang on, let me get closer. Hang on.
need a skinny person to work on the boat.
A skinny person?
Yeah.
I am skinny. Come on. Almost there. Oh, that wheel's loose. Ah, look at this.
Ah.
This is the issue. Can you bring the camera around here?
I don't know that I can.
Looks like the keyway slipped out.
Oh.
Oh, see that?
Well, I can see that I can't get around there, but I can see that it's wobbly.
Yeah. Oh boy, that's no good.
No, that was the clunk.
That was the clunk. Oh, it's loose. Okay. All right, now I've got it. Now I have it. I'm going to need... All right. First of all, that chain's got to come out. There we go. That's out. That's back on the sprockets, right?
Yep.
That's good. Now take it right off completely. There we go.
Yep.
That motor's... Okay. Now... Yeah, so I want to put a bracket there so I can adjust this up and down like that, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, like you did on the generator or something, didn't you?
Yeah, same thing.
Mm.
Just want to tighten this up so it doesn't flip around. That nut's slipping.
I've got the right size.
Hang on.
Oh, you don't want the wires to...
No, I don't want the wires to break off. One has, but that's easy fix, that's all right. Okay.
So...
What's happened?
Yep.
Okay, so, like I said, this sprocket's loose. Now there's 3 holes here, right? And these are a little grub screw, right?
I can't see that, but yeah.
Okay, you see it now?
Yep.
And they screw into each hole.
Yep.
And look at that. There was only holding on by half a grub screw. So, and when you screw the screws in, it expands this.
Oh, yes.
Here, it's like a brake.
Yep.
And it expands.
Yep.
And then it clamps onto this here, the inside circle of that sprocket, and it makes it tight. So what's happened over time, they've worked loose.
Okay.
And obviously they've worked loose. This thing in the middle has closed up.
Yep.
And the sprocket, the wheel, has become loose. And it's been going back and forward. And that's why the chain jumped over here. So it's an easy fix.
Oh, good.
Easy fix.
The teeth and everything look good.
The teeth, they're good.
They're not worn or anything.
No, they're good.
Good.
They're good. They're not broken, not damaged.
Yeah.
They're good. Even on here, the chain's good.
Yep.
That's all that's happened. It slipped.
No. Our problem's the screw again. It always seems to come down to one screw, or 2 screws this time.
So they'll be in the bilge.
Yeah, well.
Okay.
Okay. Where do we get them from?
But what
the bolt place.
Any bolt place will do it. So what we'll do, we'll put that back on, and it's actually slipped back. This is supposed to be forward here like that. That's where the mark is.
Okay.
Okay. So we'll put that on.
You have to get the bolts first, though, don't you?
You have to get the bolts, and then we'll put it all together, and then I'll think about an adjustment bracket for this, because this will go up and down. You can tighten these 2 nuts and bolts here, but I'm not happy with that. I'd rather she's might need a bearing in there. Hear that? Yeah, I think we might take that off.
Mm-hmm.
and put a bearing in there. Shouldn't be making that noise.
Okay.
I have to take it to Troy's. He's got a press.
Yep.
And yep, that's what we'll do. So
an easy, cheap fix.
need the what?
An easy and cheap fix.
Yeah, the bearing's only about 15, 20 bucks.
Yeah.
And the screws will only be about, I don't know, $5 a piece. So,
that's good news.
So 30 bucks, I'll have it all done.
Fabulous. Not today, though.
No. It's going to take a couple of days by the time I get that off.
Okay.
I think while I'm dirty, I'll take that motor off.
Okay.
And, yeah. And
you're going to take it off now?
Go into the bilge and see if I can find the other two. If I can't find the other two, well, it's an easy fix.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Okay, guys. What I'm doing now is taking the wiring off first. I've made sure that the breaker's off up top, so I got no power down here. Right, all the wires are off. I've actually taken a photograph of the wires so that I know exactly where they go back on. Now, you may have this, I'll keep it here because I'm going to need it when we put it back on. So I'm going to, you can hear that. So probably front and back bearing, they need replacing. While I got that off, I'll check the brushes, the electrical brushes. See that? Now, once these come loose, that motor drop, right?
Yeah.
That's why I want to put the adjustment bracket on it.
Oh, yeah, just for extra.
Extra support.
Yeah. So it's not resting on the bolts?
Well, it will be resting on, you tighten these bolts up and it'll tighten that motor up, but you can adjust it without taking these bolts off. And so I will be making a bracket up for it. Here we go. I will be making a bracket up for it now. That fits on the inside. Okay, just so I know. Okay, easy peasy. That there, that can stay there. Yeah, I'll do the brushes in there too. I'd say the electrical brushes.
Whatever they are.
Whatever they are. It's easy. Well, I've got the bearings off. Now I've got to take that grub screw with me as well as a sample, so we get the right thread. I'm not going to bother looking for the others. I'll just vacuum it out and, you know,
put new ones in anyway.
Put new ones in, yeah. Correct.
So what do the bearings actually do?
Well, there's an axle that goes through the middle, and the bearings support the axle, and it allows the axle to spin freely, back and forward, back and forward. Otherwise, you can't have the axle directly onto the casing of the motor.
Oh, okay.
So the bearings press into the casing of the motor here, and then the axle goes through the centre of the bearing. It's like a motor car wheel, you know?
Yeah.
It's got a stub axle, bearings. Okay. Now, I need to put these nuts and washers somewhere. Never enough room, is there? No, don't hold them. Yeah, okay, hold them. You're right. Thank God it's not a heavy motor.
I was just going to ask that.
Eh?
I was just going to ask that.
No, about 4 kilos.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
The hardest part's getting out, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, welcome back.
This is the motor for the autopolar on the boat. It's handy when your son and his mates are motor mechanics, and they've got all the gear, all the tools. They've pulled it apart. All we're doing here is replacing the bearing just behind the sprocket. So they pulled it all apart, cleaned it up, and that's the front of the housing there.
Brand new bearing.
Brand new bearing.
Hopefully it goes in a little bit easier.
There's no way in the world I would have done that without the tools.
It helps to have a workshop full of different little gear.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of stuff still crosses over with a lot of the old automotive things. And now it's just about remembering how we pulled it apart.
So that's a standard alternator bearing or something that we just
Pretty
went
much. You can find it in a fan belt and an alternator and any other thing. It's just going to be about the gentle tapping, putting that back through.
Beautiful.
Sat up against the other side of the circuit. So that little tiny fella in there, there's one already on the shaft, which knows its home. Which leaves us up to here. There's another squeeze back together. Major point is the Woodruff key, which had to be removed from inside of the shaft so that it would push back through that bearing.
So what do you call that, a Woodruff?
Woodruff key.
What did I call it in the old day?
You could call it just a keyway.
Keyway,
Just a normal keyway.
yeah.
The actual piece itself, if you went into a store and tried to buy it, they'd want you to say that. They know exactly what you're asking for, but they want you to say it.
Yeah. Persuader. Yeah, the only issue with the bearing is just noisy.
It's expected after, I'm a bit noisy after 50 years of going backwards and forwards to it.
Yep.
Was.
Beautiful. No noise?
Nice and quiet now.
What's that?
Jimmy, breakaway, good stuff.
Who's Jimmy?
Yeah, rip.
Oh, right, okay.
And
And what's breakaway do?
Like CRC.
Oh, yeah. Yeah?
never had a problem with any nothing's ever
Not come off.
not come off yet. Touch wood.
Oh, okay, so, it's,
It's CRC, like a
WD-40.
separator,
yeah.
busted nuts, or whatever you want to call it.
I'll give that a paint job tomorrow and look like new, make it go faster.
Or at least make it work. That'd be
Make it work,
better.
yeah, that's a good idea.
Simple as that. It goes back together in half the time it takes to pull it apart.
Yeah. You're going to wash it for me so I can paint it now? No,
cost double.
don't worry about it. So, you don't know what that's called, do you?
No idea.
Yeah.
It's some sort of stator,
A what?
like a stator. Like it's a 12 volt like DC unit, so it must either use electrons inside. Like it's got a winding around it. It would pull.
Yeah.
Perhaps when it gets feel, it pulls that in, which pulls that up. And
So
then
with the
gauges.
autopilot, it goes backward and forward, backward and
Well,
forward.
I guess yeah. You've got something that either goes AC and DC, or maybe like 12 volts one way, 12 volts the other. Either way, going one way makes it pull in.
Yeah.
Going one way makes it push
Pull
out.
out, yeah,
Which
yeah.
would either bring this into work or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah,
I fix cars, not boats.
That's
I don't
all right.
fully understand what it does, but
yeah. That's what it'll do.
Everything's back together as it came apart. We've got no
Beautiful.
parts left over, so that's a good thing.
No parts?
Nah,
Sure?
nah, they'd stand out.
Thanks, guys.
Not a problem.
Okay, as you saw yesterday, the boys, all the housing department replaced the bearing. Had a look inside and everything else is okay. Now, I don't know how old this bearing is, but it was shot, so you can tell it's very rough. Now, if you don't know what type of bearing goes into an older housing, all you've got to do is, there's a code on the side. You won't pick it up on this. Oh, yes, you can. Well, this one's 6202, so we just got it at Repco, $10, $11. And yeah, that code gives you the size of the bearing. So they pressed it back in for me. I couldn't have done it because we needed a press or a puller to do it. Everything else checks out okay. So what I've done this morning, sanded this housing back, gave it a good degrease. Not here, of course, elsewhere. I didn't want anything to get the end one. I'm going to paint it. You don't have to. That's just me. I just want to look good, but it works well. It works beautifully now. Nothing wrong. Anyway, by the way, here it is. Yes, this is where the chain got caught the other day. See that shiny mark there? The chain got caught in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so But anyway, there was no damage. We only had to travel, 150 metres to come to the berth, so and, no damage whatsoever, fortunately. But anyway, what I've done now is you don't use it. You don't have to use a special coat. What I've done, I've put heaps of paint on board, Jodomastic, primer, top coat, whatever. So what I'm going to do now, I'm degreasing so that the paint sticks. I've got a grey Jodomastic, which is the colour of the decks actually, so just mix some of that up. So I'll paint it and put a primer on it. That's the primer. And then tomorrow I'll come back and put a top coat on it. Nice fast red, which is the same as the boot topping. But anyway, like I said, it's only my personal preference. I just like to finish things off properly. Let's see how this sticks. Oh, beautiful. Yep. So this is a 2-pack paint I'm using. Like I said, I didn't go out and specially buy it. Just had it in the paint compartment, that's all. Yeah, so this will take, it won't dry today. It's afternoon, so I'll come back tomorrow and the grey's good because the red will, I'll put 2 coats of red on it, but the red will cover that grey and you won't see through it. So.
Yeah, it's better than white underneath.
Yeah.
White you'll need a couple of coats to cover.
Yeah.
Grey you don't.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So, yeah, that's sticking. I got all the grease off, so it's sticking beautiful. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, primer's finished. Well, that wiring there, by the way, I'll sort that out when I install it and cut some new ends on it, and solder it, and make sure it's nice and clean and makes a good contact. Okay, here we go. Now what we've done is we've obviously replaced the bearing in there, checked all the electrics out, the brushes are good on the inside. I'm going to quickly, what I do here, see the electrical wire coming out here, you can't get the tape in there. So what I do, I've purchased liquid electrical tape, and just push that in there. That protects the wiring from any damage, any moisture getting in. Just push it in. A little bit more, and then we'll wait 10 minutes for that to dry and I can install it. Beautiful. We'll put back here. Then I'll clean up those ends and solder it up. And yeah, that absolutely prevents any moisture from getting in there. And that'll dry in 10 minutes. You can handle that. Very good. Beautiful. And that stops the wiring from moving about, getting cut on the edges. Yeah, that chain was caught in there the other day. Put a new bearing in there, it's beautiful.
Hey guys, I put the motor back on that bracket. Just tightening it up now. I put nylock nuts on it so it doesn't slip, and stainless steel bolts. Now this won't come out, there it goes. Now that's adjusted. Make sure that's not too tight, it's like a fan belt. Make sure it's got plenty of give in it. And I put 2 new bolts there, stainless steel. I've got to make up a bracket, an adjustable bracket, or I've just discovered something. I've got some stainless steel chain with a little turnbuckle, just to hold it down like that, so it doesn't. See how that
Oh,
Yeah, see how that jumps?
yeah.
So it doesn't do that. That's what I'll do. Anyway, I've fixed up the wiring. I've just got to connect it up there. But what I'll do, I'll go and get some of that stainless steel chain and a couple of, I'll see what I've got, D-shackles or whatever, and I can put it through here so it doesn't do that when it's working. Sounds good to me.
That's good to me.
Okay. Right, what I've done, guys, I didn't need an adjusting plate. I had all these, would you believe, spares with a little turnbuckle. And I've attached that to the rib here on the bulkhead with a little turnbuckle, as I said. Now, I've tightened these on the bracket. They're nice and tight. As you can see, no vibration, and the chain's still got slack. But we'll run it for a while and then readjust it. So what I've done is I pulled it down a bit, I tensioned it with this little turnbuckle. So I'm just, as far as I'm concerned, that's pretty right. So I'll just tighten this up. Can you see that?
Yep.
Bring this one down, tighten it up. We'll run it for a while, even here at the marina. I'll get the Admiral to operate the autopilot from up top. And we'll, it's nice and tight. Now, if it ever gets slack, all you've got to do is just undo that little turnbuckle and tighten it up. No vibration, not too tight. All the teeth are lined, nice and straight. Okay, so what I'll do next is the wiring.
Yep.
Okay, beautiful.
You got everything in here for that, or no?
No, I've got to. This is why I take photos, guys, of the wiring. So they get back in exactly the same position. Very tight in here.
You used to be able to do it easier when you were 20
Yeah,
kilos lighter.
Yeah, I know. Right, that's the main motor. Okay. Where's that little baby? And that one goes in. Is that loose? There. Yep. Which is the order of that one. Yep, that's all. See if it works. Such a small job. All the bolts and nuts and tools and that you have to get out. As you all know. Even had to take the air cleaner off to get in there. Okay, set. Got the Admiral up there. Power. Okay. Auto. One to starboard. Whoop. Set at 12 o'clock. Okay. Power. Auto. Yep. Beautiful. Well, that was an easy fix. The brushes didn't need doing. Just a bearing replacement. Also, I didn't have time to make it break it up, so I used some snap shackles and also a turnbuckle there, and I used nylock nuts on the adjustment screws, so that was nice and tight, and don't really need an adjuster at this stage.
while we were operating the autopilot at the berth, obviously the boat wasn't moving, so the autopilot didn't actually know what it was doing because there was no water going past the rudder, and the boat wasn't being steered in direction. So, but anyway, cut a long story short, the autopilot does work, that motor does work. So that was an easy, simple fix. Also, we're going to take it out shortly and give it a test run. Well, the boat's in motion, obviously. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon.
This is the tale of Captain Jack Sparrow, pirate so brave on the seven seas, a mystical quest to the Isle of Tortuga, raving like swing on the ocean's breeze.